Hi, it's Gary. Welcome to today's video. Halfway through March, it's time for the halftime report. Today, we'll take a quick look at how I've been getting on with my pens. I'm going to take you through a tour of how I'm storing my pens that aren't currently inked up. And then we'll take a quick look about what's coming up over the next month. So join me now and let's jump on in. Let's get straight in. Let's take a look at the pens that I've been using this month. Well, the first one is this. It's the Twisty Eco. This is such a nice looking pen. It's simple. It does what it says. It holds the ink. It writes nicely. The fine nib. Yeah, I'm still not 100% certain on that. It seems to me a little bit scratchy. What I may do is take some micromesh to it at some time, but it's not so bad that it really stops me from writing, so I haven't bothered with that so far. Still enjoying it. Love this green coloured ink, but any green ink, to be honest, I love, but that's just my personal choice. Let's move on and take a look at the TWSBI Diamond 580. This is just the transparent one, this one. I like this. It's clear. It's simple. It does what it says. It's just nice. I do like the facets on the body. That certainly adds something that isn't there when we're looking at the Eco. They're a nice little added extra, aren't they? This ink, wow, it's so nice. This is a gorgeous brown ink. When I look at this, it actually reminds me a little bit of chocolate. That's the sort of brown that I see in it. It's still nice though. The pen, yeah, that's nice to write with. It's enjoyable. It's smooth. There's some nice feedback there. My next pen, this is from Opus 88 and it's the Opus 88 Koloro. It's in this blue and teal colour. Really nice. It looks nice. This one's an eyedropper filler, whereas the other two, they were both piston fillers. Takes an awful lot of ink. I find with this pen, maybe once every 3 months, that's how often I need to fill it. Now, I have had to change the ink. So I started the month with Jack Frost from Diamine. Really nice blue ink. I don't see as much sheen in as I would have liked, but that's fine. It's the blue that I was looking for. Partway through the month, I then had to change and I went and put in Pure Pens John Frost. Jack Frost to John Frost. It's part of the Pure Pens Chartist series of inks. It's actually made for them by Diamine. And I love the colour of this ink. It's got this gorgeous tealy green colour, but again there's some red sheen coming through. I know it doesn't show up too much on these photos, but when we do the end of the month report, what I'll try and do is actually show you it on the actual paper. We're moving back to TWSBI now. This is the TWSBI VAC 700R in the iris pattern. I absolutely love this. I love the colour of it. It's just so nice with that unusual flame effect. And I like the way it's actually only on small parts, so it's actually there as like a highlight and it's not drawing your attention away from the rest of the pen. At the start of the month, I had Diamine Stargazer. That quickly ran out. I replaced it with Pelikan Edelstein Garnet. This is a really nice, it's an off-red ink. It's not pure red. I would say, if anything, if I had to describe it, it's like a mucky red colour. Quite nice. Enjoy writing with this. Now, one of the things I have been noticing when I've been using this pen is a little bit of drag on the paper. So again, I need to look at that. I've only noticed it when I've been using it on Rhodia paper. I haven't really experimented a lot with other papers this month, so that's something I'm going to try and do over the next couple of weeks before I do the end of month review. The Laban 325. Wow, I think this pen looks absolutely gorgeous. It's so unusual. Yes, you've got these big chunks of brown, but when we see the body and see that gorgeous colouring in the body, that to me is what really makes this stand out from the crowd. Of this month's pen, this is the only one that's a cartridge filler. That means I've been able to put a couple of fills in it so far. So what I did is I started the month with Herbin Terre. When that ran out, I changed it to Robert Oster Caffe Crema. Wow, this pen, the shading that I'm seeing in this ink, it is so gorgeous. It's such a nice coloured ink. It's that, I'm not going to say it's a coffee brown because to me coffee brown is a lot darker. But it's a bit like that crema you do see on the top of, the posh Italian coffees when they're made. I like the look of it. It's an interesting colour. Certainly not really one that I would use in a business setting, I think, because it's just too pale. I'd then stick with the Aussie brown or things like Diamine chocolate brown for that. But even so, this is so nice. My final pen of the month, that was the Twisty Draco. I like this pen. I like using this pen. I know you're getting fed up of me saying this. I wish the nib was bigger. But other than that, really enjoy the pen, really enjoy using it. It's got a nice feel to it. It does feel nice in the hand. The colouring is nice. It's unusual. The ink window, yeah, it's okay. A little bit small, but it's there. The ink in this pen, Diamine Syrah, that's still going, but it's getting near the end. I think I might get one more day with it. What I'm considering then is to put Diamine Ox Blood into this pen. Now, whether that'll be before the end of the month, I'm not 100% certain. I hope so, just so I can show different inks in this pen. But really nice, really enjoy using it. I say, it's got its little quirks, but yeah, such a nice pen. So that's this month's pens. What I'm going to do now is give you a quick tour about how I store my pens. And we're going to concentrate here on how I store the uninked pens. So first couple of photos for you to look at. This is of the shelving unit that sits behind me. You may be able to see it in the background of the actual video. This is a unit from IKEA. IKEA also sell these little shelves that go inside and they pull out, and they're just perfect for A4 size. So what I've got is I've got a whole number of A4 document holders, and I've labelled them because I'm trying to group the pens to make it easy to get to. So here you can see on shelf 1, I've got Japanese pens, Taiwanese pens, German, Italian, USA, the EU and Russia. Some miscellaneous ones, that's where it's the odd manufacturer that I can't slot in anywhere else. And then Indian pens. In this second photo, these are all mainly my Chinese pens. So I've got Moonman and Mahjong. I've got Jinao. You can see I've got quite a number of Jinao pens because it's got 2 cases. Wing Sun, Pen BBS. And then the bottom ones, they're just general China ones. Again, where I've only got 1 or 2 from a specific manufacturer. So let's take a closer look at these. What I've got here, this is the case that's got my Moonmen pens in. So as you can see, what I do is, if I can get this closer, maybe there we are, we can even get a better view. So what I do is I've labelled these. I love labels. You know, once you've got a label on something, you know where it is. So in here I've got the Mahjong A1, the M600 is that. I can't read upside down. You can read them yourselves. This document case, they're really good. I'm going to fetch in an empty one so the pens aren't rattling around. So the document case, I got that from, I think this one was from either Woolworths or Big W. I bought 20 of them in total because I could fit 20 on my shelf. So here we are. I had this too low. So this is the document holder. It's plastic, but what I like about it here, it's got these clips so it actually closes up, which means I'm keeping it nice and safe. If I open this up, I'll take that out for a minute. There we are. So they're fairly empty when you buy them. So what my loving wife has done is we bought some material. Now I like Star Wars, so we actually got Star Wars material. And what she's done is she's made these. These are little beds for them to sit on. But in between each, we've got a dowel. So we actually create a shape so that the pen can sit in there quite nicely. It's not being bothered. It's not going to run around and bash into another pen. They're just really handy to use. I have been iterating on how I store my pens for quite a while. I think I've got to the end result now here. I really love this. I love that Star Wars material as well. It just fetches that bit of character to the way I'm storing my pens. And because of the way these cases are, it's also something, if I was going to be going out, I'm happy to take these, so maybe put some inked pens in. There's not really much point in taking uninked pens, but I know that in these my pens are protected. They're in this waterproof or more or less waterproof case. I don't have to worry too much about them getting knocked around. So that's how I store my pens. What's coming up? So 3 videos I want to call out that's coming up. I've got 2 unboxings that I want to call out. The first one is for a Visconti Van Gogh, and that's in the portrait pattern. It's a beautiful colour, absolutely gorgeous. It's got a broad nib on it, writes like a dream. So that's coming up in the next few weeks. I've also got a Leonardo Magico. So in the past, you've most probably seen I've got my Leonardo Momento Zero Grande. I've got my Moonman M800s. You know, they're very much inspired by the Momento Zero. I've got my Leonardo Ferrari, which I showed the unboxing for only a week or 2 ago. So now I've got the Leonardo Magico. I love this pen. So nice. wait till you see it. That's coming up as well in the next few weeks. I've also got some pens on order, so hopefully, maybe not this month, it might be in the next month, I'll be doing unboxings for them. I've got the Marjon A1 coming. That's the clicky one. It's the one that's based on the Vanishing Point from Pilot. I've got a Tibaldi Bononia coming up. Now, this is a new manufacturer for me. I've never used one of their pens. When I was looking, the one I've got, Bora Bora, beautiful blue colour. The other unboxing I've got coming up for you is for a narwhal pen. It's a Nautilus pen, but it's the 365 anniversary one, and it's made using a Jonathan Brooks resin material. Again, I'm excited to look at that one. It's a nice pen. I love the Nautilus anyway, so I'm hoping that when I get this resin version, that it's going to really jump out at me. Other things that have been going on this month, I've restarted my personal productivity channel. I'll be doing a little promo video, again, coming up in the next couple of weeks, just so you can get an idea of what's going on over there. But I will put a link down below in the description, if you want to go and check it out. I'd really love for people to come and subscribe to it. It's not fountain pen focused, but every so often you will see some fountain pens appearing. The last thing I'm planning for next month's pens in use, what I've decided, it's got this really inventive name. It's the month of Jinhao. Can you guess what that means? Yep. 6 Jinhao pens. Now, I haven't actually done a showdown against Jinhao versus Jinhao in this way, so I'm really looking forward to it, to putting these 6 pens through their paces. So that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please give a thumbs up every time you like, every time you comment. Just helps with the YouTube algorithm. What are your thoughts on the pens I'm using this month? What are the things you'd like me to also include if I can? What things would you like me to try out with the Jinhao pens next month? Please drop a comment down below. Let's kickstart the conversation. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel so that you can get new videos as I release them. I'll talk to you again soon.